So good day viewers, welcome to another mathematics presentation. So in this presentation I want us to answer this question that is coming from statistics. So this is a question that came in mathematics paper 2 for 2024 for internal candidates. So this was question 8. So the question reads, the table shows the time in minutes taken by 8 learners to complete a task in a science experiment. So this is the table right here, which is showing the time in minutes that is taken by 8 learners in order for them to complete a task. So here on top we have time, which is in minutes. This is the time. Then here we have number of learners, 5, 15, 20, 25, 10, 5. Then we have our question A right here. Calculate the standard deviation. So this question is carrying 6 marks. So for this one, you need to answer it on the answer script that you are going to be given the answer card. Okay, you need to indicate question 8A. So standard deviation, you can solve it using two different formulas. Number one, you can use the formula method. Number two, you can use the table method. So in this case, I'm going to use the table method to calculate the standard deviation. So if you want to calculate the standard deviation, first of all, you need to come up with the formula. Okay, you need to come up with the formula. So the formula for calculating the standard deviation is equal to, so you're going to have the square root of, so here you're going to have summation of fx squared divided by summation of f, then minus x bar squared. So this x bars is the mean. Okay, so this is the mean. So what we need here, we need the mean. We also need the summation of fx squared and the summation of f. These are things that we need. So now here you need to look at the type of data that you have. This is grouped data. This is why I'm using this formula. So what we are going to do is, since we are using the table method, we are going to come up with a table that is going to have f, which is the frequency, also x. This x is the midpoint. Okay, that's what you are going to do. So the table is going to have 4 columns. Okay, so let's look at our table now. Alright, so this is the table that you are going to have. Here you are going to have f, here you are going to have x. This x is the midpoint for those ranges that you are given. Okay, these intervals. So 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. You need to be finding the midpoint for each of these range. Okay, then those values will be putting them here. Then here you put the frequency. So which one is the frequency? That's what you're going to put right here. I hope it's clear. So the frequency is 5, 15, 25, 20, 10, 5. So these values, you'll be putting them this side. Okay, so let's see what you're going to have. So here, we are going to put 5. We're going to also write 15. We're also going to write 25. Then we're also going to write a 20. Then we're also going to write 10. Okay, then we're also going to write a 5. So this is what you are going to put right here. Now here I've put summation. So this summation means we will be finding the total. Okay, so you add 5 plus 15. Okay, this is a 20. 20 plus 25, this will give you a 45. 45 plus 20, 65. 65 plus 10, 75. 75 plus 5, so give us what? 80. So here on the summation of f, we are going to have 8. So remember, this is the summation of f. Now we need to come up with the midpoint right here. So the midpoint, where do we get them? Remember I said we have these class intervals. So here when you add 0 plus 2, you get a 2. Okay, so you'll be adding, let me just show you, 0 plus 2, you get a 2. Then the answer you divide by 2. So the midpoint there it's a 1. So here we are going to write a 1. Same way, you add 2 plus 4, you get a 6. So that 6 you get, you need to divide it by 2 because it's the midpoint. So you write 6 divided by 2, which is a what? A 3. So the midpoint right here, it's a 3. So this is what we are going to do even to these remaining ranges. Alright, so these are the values that you are going to get. Here we have a 5, we have a 7, we have a 9, okay, Then lastly, we have 11. So these are the midpoints. So where are we getting them? We are adding 0 plus 2, it's a 2. 2 divided 2, this is the 1. 2 plus 4, it's a 6. 6 divided by 2, this is the 3. Then 4 plus 6, it's a 10. 10 divided by 2, this is the 5 you are seeing right here. Then here we have 6 plus 8. This will give us what? A 14. So 14 divided by 2 to give us a 7. This is the 7 you're able to see here. Then here we have 8 plus 10. It's 18. 18 divided by 2, it will give us a 9. This is the 9 that you are seeing. Same here. 10 plus 12, it's a 22. 22 divided by 2, it's 11. I'm sure you are able to see 11 here. Now here we have fx. So this means f times x. 5 times 1. Okay, this is 5. Then here you have 15. So 15 times 3. You multiply 15 times what? 3. And you get a 45. Then here you have 25 times 5. 25 times 5, you get 125. Then here, 20 times 7, so 7 times 0, 0, 7 times 2, 14. So you get a 140 here. Then here you have 10 times 9, you get a 90. Then here you have 5 times 11, you get a 55. Now we need to find the summation of this fx. Remember, this is fx. So we need to add these values, okay? So what we are going to do is 5 plus 45, it's 50. So we just need to add, okay? We just need to add. So you add 50 plus this 125, again plus this 140, again plus this 90, again plus this 55. So you get 460. So the 460, this is what we get. So here we do have the summation of fx, which has given us 460. Okay, now we come this side. So this side we have fx squared. So meaning that again f times x. Now the x is squared. So here what you are going to do, we already have fx. So meaning that this value that we got, we just have to be multiplying with the x here, because remember x is squared. So 5 times 1, you'll still get a what? A 5. Okay, you'll still get a 5 here. So we write a 5. Again, 45 times 3. Okay, so we multiply 45 times 3. You will get a 135 here. Then 125 times 5. 125 times 5. This will give us 625. Then we have 140 times 7. Okay, 140 times 7. This will give us 980. Then we have 9 times 90. So 9 times 0 is 0. 9 times 9 is 81. So this will give us 810. Okay, then we get here, we multiply. We say 55 times 5. Okay, 55, sorry, times 11. This will give us 605. So again here we have fx squared. So we need to find the summation of fx squared. So this is the summation of fx squared. So we just need to add these values. So we know that 5 plus 135 to give us 140. Okay, so we just need to say 140 plus 625. 625. Again plus 980, again plus 810. Okay, again plus this 605 plus 605. So we are having this value. I hope you are able to see it. We are having 3160. So you can see we have filled in our table. Now let's go back to the formula. So on the formula here, remember, this is question A that we are answering. So on the formula, we said standard deviation is equal to, we have the square root of summation of fx squared over, okay, summation of f minus x bar, which is the mean, squared. So from here, we need first to find this mean. So how do we find the mean? The mean, we are going to say summation of fx over summation of what? F. So we just need to see what is the summation of fx. This is the summation, 460, over what is the summation of f. This is the 80 right here, equal to, so let's just divide with our calculator there. We say 460 divided by 80. So it's giving us 5.75. So the mean here is 5.75. So we have found our mean now. Let us now find what? Let us find the fx squared, summation of fx squared over summation of f. So this is what we are finding now. Summation of fx squared divided by the summation of f equal to, so what is the summation of fx squared? This is the summation right here, which is 3160 divided by, what is the summation of f? This is the 80, as you can see. Let us just now punch on our calculator. So we are punching 3160 divided by 8. So this is 39.5. So here we write 39.5. Okay, so we have found this, which is this. So now we say, therefore, standard deviation is equal to the square root of, so here we are going to have summation of fx squared over summation of f, which is this one, which is 39.5, minus, we have minus the mean. So the mean is 5.75. Now this mean is squared. So here we are going to have 5.75 squared. Okay, I hope you are following here. Then standard deviation is equal to, we just punch on the calculator. Okay, all right, so from here we just write 39.5 minus, okay, so 5.75 squared, you press it on the calculator, you get 33.0625. So it's fine even if you press them at once, you get the same answer. So for me, I'm just showing you, that's why I'm writing like this. Okay, so from here now, if you get the square root of this, you can now press on your calculator. I was just showing you, remember what I've said, 39.5, square root of 39.5 minus the 3.06, okay, 0625. So what are we going to get? Let's write our answer. So this is what we're going to get. There should be a point here. Forgot a point. So we get 2.53722289127. So we can leave our answer correct to 3 significant figures. So we are going to have 2.5. These 3 will make it 3 significant figures. Now to be rounded off by 7, so it will be a 4. So this is our standard deviation. Okay, then you get the 6 marks. So we have answered our question A. Okay, let us now move on to our next question. All right, so now we have come to our question B right here. Answer this part of the question on a sheet of graph paper. So all the questions that will be answering under question B, you are supposed to show them on a sheet of what? Graph paper. So we have our question 1 right here. Using the table above, which table? This table right here. Copy and complete the cumulative frequency table below. So this table, you need to copy it on the graph. Then you fill in these missing boxes. Okay. So how do we finish this? How do we complete this? Supposed to be comparing to this one. 0 plus 5, this is the 5. 5 plus 15, this is the 20. 20 plus 25, this is the 45. 45 plus 20, here they are going to get a what? A 65. 65 plus 10, they are going to get a 75. 75 plus 5, it's 80. So the number that you get should tally with this one, 80 learners. You can see we have gotten 80 here. Okay, so that is what you are going to do. So remember, you need to show that on the graph paper. So here on the graph paper. This is my graph paper. Remember, we have said that here we are going to have, we said 45 plus 20. So this is a 65. Then 65 plus 10. This is a 75. Then 75 plus 5. Here we are having what? 8. So you get a mark. So you even have to indicate this is question B, Roman numeral 1, nicely on the graph. Then we go to the second question, which is this one. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 2 units on the x-axis for 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 12, and 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on the y-axis for 0 less than or equal to y less than or equal to 8. Draw a smooth cumulative frequency curve. 3 marks. So for this one, here what you are doing is, this is the range, 2 centimeters to represent 2 units. So from 0 in the x-axis, if you start from 0, you are going to go to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is what they mean by this information, which is here, 2 centimeters to represent 2 units. Then in the y-axis, we are still using 2 centimeters to represent how many units? 10. So this is the range, 0 to 80. So if you start from 0, next you go to what? To 10, because there is 10 units. From 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. That is what they mean. So you are going to draw now, or to present this information on the graph like this, as you can see. Okay. I'm sure you are able to see. So this is the y-axis. You can see there is 80, 70, 60. There is also a 50 there. Okay, there is a 40, there is a 30, right here there is 20, then there is a what? A 10. Then here we are going to have a what? A 0, which is the starting point, the origin. Okay, so there is 0 here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This is the x-axis. So here it's time in minutes. Then in the y-axis here, it's number of what? Learners. Now, since you have this information, let's just start what? Plotting. Let's just start plotting. Now, how are we going to plot? We are going to plot by following this information that we have. So here, what do I am missing? There is a 0. There is a 0 here. Yeah. We are going to use this table. So 0, 0, 2, 5. So now, where is our 0, 0? You come to your graph, okay? So this is where our 0, 0 is. This is the point, okay? Then the next one, we have 2, 5. 2 in the x-axis is right here. Where is the 5? Now, since it's 10 units from here to here, it's 10 units. So you need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where the 5 is going to be right here. Then the next one that you have is 4, 20. 4 is right here. Where is the 20 in the y-axis? This is the 20. Then the next point that you have is 6, 45. So the 6 is right here. Where is our 45? So our 45, this is our 40. So 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So this is where our 45 is going to be. Then the next one that we have, it's 8, 65. So in the x-axis, where is your 8? This is your 8. Then you need to go on top. Okay? You go on top so that you find the what? The 65. So our 60 is right here. 61, 62, 63, 64. This is the 65. Then from there, we are going to go to 10. 10, 75. So in our x-axis, this is our 10. Again, we follow through this line. We go on top. Okay? Until we find what? Until we find the 75. So where is our 70? This is our 70. Okay? Where is our 75? We count. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where the 5 is. Then lastly, we have 12, 80. So the 12 is the last point in the x-axis, which is this point right here. Again, we go to 80, the last point in the y-axis, just on top right here, along this line for 12. Okay, you can see the 80 is right here. So the 12, the line, it is this line. Okay, so the 12,8 is this point right here. So now you just need to connect these points. Okay, just connect them nicely. So let's connect them. All right, so when you connect, this is the curve that you are going to get. Okay, this is the curve, as you can see. This is the curve. So remember, this curve that you have answered, this is question B, Roman numeral 2. You need to indicate nicely so that you get the 3 marks. Okay, very easy, as you can see. Okay, very easy, and you'll be able to get all the 3 marks. So let us now look at the next question. All right, so now this is our last question right here. Showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the semi-interquartile range. So this is question B3. So you get your graph, okay? You get your graph, you write this is question B3. We are finding the semi-interquartile range. So the semi-interquartile range is equal to Q3, which is the upper quartile, minus the Q1, which is the lower quartile. Then you need to divide this by what? By 2. Okay, so here what you are going to do is you need to find first the Q3 and the lower quartile. So the Q3 now is equal to, we get, this is the upper quartile. So we get 3/4, then times the total frequency. What is our total frequency? Our total frequency is this 8 right here. That is your total frequency. So you need to multiply by 8. So from here, what are you going to get? So you say 4 here 1, 4 here, 4 into 8, it's 2 and this 0, so it's a 20. 3 times 20, this will give us a 60. So now this 60, you need to get it from the graph. You go where 60 is, okay, in the y-axis. You come to where 60 is. So where is our 60? This is where our 60 is. So you need to get a ruler, you draw a line here. Then you drop it down in the x-axis. So that is what you are going to do. Alright, so this is what you are going to do. This is our 60. Here we have made these dotted lines. Now, until we touch this curve, okay, for the upper quartile, then we bring down to the x-axis, as you can see. We bring it down. So it's right here. So you count, this is 6. Okay, this is 6. So this is now, here there is 2 centimeter, 2 units that is passing from 6 to 8. So you need to count nicely so that you obtain the correct value, which is right there. So in order for you now to count nicely, since there are 2 units which is passing between 6 and 8, so the way they are counting is from this 6 to come to this point, they will say 6.2, 6.4, 6.6, 6.8. When they reach here, so this is where there is a what? A 7. So from this 7, 7.2. So this is 7.2. So you come here, you write, okay, your Q3 is equal to 7.2. Then you come to the lower quartile for Q1 right here. So you write Q1 equal to. So for Q1 we say, this is the formula, 1/4 times total frequency, which is 80. So we know that 4 here 1, 4 here is 20. 20 times 1, we still get a 20. So again, you do the same. You come to the y-axis, you identify where the 20 is. Okay, the 20 is right here. We are going to do the same. We draw the dotted lines. When they touch the curve, then we bring them down. Alright, so now this is our 20. We have come to 20 in the y-axis right here. We put Q1, which is the lower quartile. Then after meeting the curve at this point, we jot down the points, okay, up to the x-axis right here. So this one is just coming direct to 4. So this means that here our Q1 is equal to 4. So now we have not answered our question fully. This is our formula, remember. So you write there for semi-interquartile range is equal to. So what is your Q3? Our Q3 is 7.2. 7.2 minus, what is our Q1? It's a 4. then divided by a 2. So here we are going to have, so let's just subtract there. We subtract 7.2 minus a 4. So this will give us a 3.2. So this 3.2, we need to divide it, okay? 3.2 divided by what? By 2. So it will give us 1.6. To give us 1.6 what? Minutes. So you even write here minutes. So this is our answer. Okay, so we have answered this question, guys. Okay, we have answered this question for 2024. Okay, statistics, internal candidates. Okay, we have answered it fully. So we've now come to the end of our short presentation. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. Bye-bye.